Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, right?
Yeah.
They're going back and forth. And Jamil Hill says by the time Angel Reese is done, she's going to be the Michael Jordan of WNBA.
She said about Angel Reese?
She said Angel Reese, by the time she retires, can you pull up this quote? She said, by the time she retires, she will be the MJ.
We got Angel Reese taking more shots at Caitlin Clark unnecessarily. Reebok, Angel Reese are taking shots at Caitlin Clark using...
Angel Reese walked into Indianapolis like she was arriving for her coronation. Cameras flashed from every corner, Reebok banners filled the streets, and the new MI-bound sneaker line stood waiting for its big moment. Angel stepped out with confidence, expecting cheers, applause, and a celebration worthy of a star. But within hours, everything flipped. The crowd didn't cheer. They smirked, whispered, even laughed. Reebok executives, once loud and proud, went silent. The same brand that called her their next Shaq-level superstar suddenly acted distant. What was supposed to be the start of a legacy instantly collapsed. How did a dream built over months fall apart in minutes?
We shall never know peace. At least when it comes to the WNBA space. It was this ad that Angel put out. And I don't know if this is part of a larger campaign where it's going to be similar themes in similar places. But because of where the WNBA All-Star Game is, and because of who plays on the Indiana Fever in the home city of the WNBA All-Star Game, it's going to raise some eyebrows.
Inside Reebok headquarters, panic spread faster than any press release could control. The company had poured nearly $10 million into Angel's campaign, expecting a cultural explosion. But instead, they got the biggest embarrassment in recent brand history. Stores were overloaded with unsold sneakers. Social media roasted the shoe design within hours. And the final blow? Caitlin Clark's massive Nike billboard shining directly across the street, towering over Angel's entire event like a reminder of who really ruled the market. When executives compared the sales data, it became painfully clear. Reebok had bet on the wrong star, and the gamble was exploding in their faces.
Clearly, this is a marketing thing. Angel Reese, I'm in your city. Walk in your trap, take over your trap. Post it on Instagram. There's about 15 fans there, and Reebok put up a board. You would expect Reebok to put up a board. Let's never forget that when let's never forget the gigantic Caitlin Clark night.
This launch was supposed to be Angel's rebirth, her chance to silence critics, reclaim momentum, and prove she was still a force. But the empty seats told the truth that no PR team could hide. Fans didn't line up for her shoe. They didn't camp outside stores. They didn't refresh websites waiting for a drop. They simply moved on. And even Shaquille O'Neal, her biggest supporter and the man who pushed Reebok to sign her, couldn't hide the disappointment in his eyes. What was meant to crown Angel as the future of women's basketball instead became the moment that crushed her confidence and exposed the gap between hype and reality.
I hear everyone with credit card debt is lining up to get the Angel Reese signature shoe. Here it gives you the power of the rebound. Bang! Again! Burn! Will she save it? No! What everyone's paid to see, the Angel Reese rebound! Bang! Kelsey Plum makes the shot, she'll get more money. Bang! We show up and show out for our rebounding queen. Yes! Bang! I love rebounds!
Everywhere Angel Reese goes, Caitlin Clark's presence follows like a shadow she can't outrun. One breaks records, the other breaks headlines. One dominates with talent, the other stays trending through controversy. When Caitlin skipped the All-Star weekend, Angel thought it was her chance to finally own the spotlight. But when she tried to take over Clark City, the crowd delivered a brutal reminder: only one player truly sells out arenas. You can't replace a phenomenon, you can only watch it rise. And Angel learned that lesson in the harshest way possible.
Gotta be crafty about how we get them in Reebok gear.
Be the debut.
When she plays Caitlin Clark.
Let's do it.
I'll even come to the game.
Of course not.
I'll be gay.
Literally, debut. It's got to be when she plays Caitlin Clark. It's got to be, let's do it. Shaq goes, I'll come to the game, goes courtside. So they obviously ended up debuting at All-Star Weekend because Caitlin didn't play when they were in Chicago. When Caitlin didn't play, or Caitlin's not playing in his games, so they're debuting at All-Star Weekend. The plan was to literally go and use Caitlin Clark for the launch.
Later that night, Sources say Angel received the phone call she never imagined. Reebok's executive board, the same people who promised her a legacy-building contract, told her the truth. Sales were collapsing. Retailers were reporting near-zero demand. Production lines might stop within weeks. Her signature line, once advertised as the future of women's basketball fashion, was now at serious risk of being discontinued. Imagine waking up as the face of a brand and going to bed labeled a financial liability. That's the reality Angel was forced to confront.
A brutal blow was dealt to the league's chances of drawing a major audience when star guard Caitlin Clark announced that she wouldn't be competing in the three-point contest or the All-Star game, both of which she was planning to do.
Shaq believed in her with his whole heart. He fought board members, pushed investors, and swore Angel Reese was the future of Reebok basketball. He said she had the attitude, the presence, the fire. But once the numbers arrived, even Shaq, one of the most influential athletes of all time, couldn't rescue the sinking ship. Insiders say he was furious, not at Angel, but at how brutally the public turned on her. A deal initially projected to grow into $52 million was now hanging by a single, fragile thread.
Angel Reese be able to market herself at this point without invoking or even, insinuating some sort of attachment to Caitlin Clark. Because if I'm being honest about it, people say that moment was huge. It will live forever. That moment will live forever. But Caitlin Clark was on this trajectory already. And if anyone has benefited more from the attachment.
What began as a basketball rivalry between Angel and Caitlin has now turned into a business war. Nike versus Reebok. Momentum versus marketing. Talent versus controversy. Caitlin Clark's sneakers sold out in minutes. Angel's collected dust on shelves. Social media didn't hesitate to point out the contrast. The message was loud, clear, and painful. Fans buy greatness, not storylines. Talent sells. Talk doesn't. And that difference separated the two stars more than any on-court matchup ever could.
1.25 million viewers tuned out. 1,250,000 viewers out of there. Gone. Back to me. Well, 36% ratings.
At the post-game press conference, Angel tried to hold herself together, but the pressure was written all over her face. Her voice cracked. Her hands trembled. She blinked back tears as reporters repeated the same questions from every angle. Is the line failing? Is Reebok reconsidering? Is this the end of the partnership? This was the same media that once praised her as the next big thing. Now they were dissecting her downfall. And for the first time, Angel realized the same world that lifted her up could just as easily watch her crash.
But the WNBA All-Star Game ratings have come out, and all I could think of right off the bat was 4 little letters. F-A-F-O. F around and find out. You bleep around and find out what this league looks like without Caitlin Clark being involved in your biggest events. Kathy Engelbert, this should be a perfect example of why you need to get your officiating clean.
Fashion insiders claim this collapse was predictable. Reebok leaned too hard into drama, one industry expert said. But the brand refused to listen, convinced that controversy would convert into cash. When the flop finally hit, the consequences were immediate and brutal. Major retailers froze orders. Fashion partners backed away. Marketing agencies paused campaigns. And behind closed doors, top Reebok executives gathered for emergency meetings with one goal: damage control. Not saving the line, just saving the company.
Reese saying that she was, taking over Indiana, and there's about 15 fans there. And I'm more than wearing Caitlin Clark merch than her merch. She pulls up with about 15 fans, and I'm like, take over, Angel, take over. This is her city now. And I'm like, and she's never won a game in Indiana.
I mean, it's clear. Fans sent a blatant message, a shot across thou bow. All right? And your ship, well, without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA and all their pay us what you owe us action, that action will sink. That action will sink. It's not about one person, no matter how many times WNBA and Kathy Engelbert say so. That's virtue signaling in the most disingenuous form. It's Caitlin Clark. As soon as they educate the players on how to deal with this, not as petty, jealous petty hags, all will be better.
Angel Reese's story isn't over, but it's no longer the fairy tale she once promised her fans. The Reebok deal that was supposed to elevate her career might be the very thing that drags it down. And as Caitlin Clark continues to rise, breaking records, setting new standards, and rewriting the future of the sport, fans are asking a haunting question. Did Angel lose a sponsorship, or did she lose herself in the spotlight? The answer may define the rest of her career.
And anybody that's overstating the talent on this team as a whole, stop it. This team is Caitlin Clark or bust, and you all know it. We all see it. We all see it. Even when the New York Liberty got down double digits, at no point did they feel like, oh yeah, they got us. No. They knew this game was never, they knew they could turn on the switch at any moment and do this. At any moment. Just destroyed us in the second half. Just destroyed us.